Hello, everybody. The Science of Mind, a philosophy of faith, a way of life, continuing on the concept of mental equivalent, referencing pages 280 and 281. The gift without the giver is bare. It is just as true that there can be no gift without a receiver. It is said, quote, to as many as received him, to them gave he the power. We seek to uncover the science of prayer in our Science of Mind discovery, reflections, and contemplations. The essence of the Spirit embodied in it and embodied in me and my new and growing, expanding understanding of it. We find that the essence of the power of prayer is faith and acceptance. In addition to the law of faith and acceptance, the law of mental equivalence are also in consideration in this reflection. These are the two great laws with which we have to deal, and we shall never get away from them, either of them. If prayer has been answered, it is not because God was moved to answer one person and not answer another, but because one person more than the other person moved themselves into a right relationship with the Spirit or the principle of being, whichever you choose to call it. Faith then touches a principle which responds. We can be certain of this. We should have more faith than we do rather than less faith. Nor is it foolish to cultivate faith. All prayers are uplifted in faith. So the first necessity is faith. Faith, faith, faith. And someone may exclaim, this is what has always been taught. There is nothing new here. Correct. We have nothing new to teach. We simply have a new approach to an old truth, a more intelligent, a more systematic way of consciously arriving at faith. This is what prayer and treatment is for, to cultivate faith. Why is it that Jesus could say to a paralyzed man, take up thy bed and walk? Because Jesus knew when he said this that the man would get up and walk. He not only believed that there was something to respond to him, but he had an equivalent of it as its response. What is your faith in? It follows then that the range of our possibilities must extend beyond the range of our present concepts. And as we bring ourselves to a greater vision, we induce a greater concept and thereby demonstrate more in our experience, more in our reality. The way to proceed is to begin right where we are. It is not scientific to attempt to begin somewhere else or to pretend. Or for me, I would call it to lie to myself. One who understands the systemic use of the law will understand that we are where we are because of what we are. We will not say, I must remain here, however, because of what I am. Instead, I will begin to disclaim what appears to be. And my statements will release the wrong, false, limited, subjective treatments and tendencies that were formerly held. Stay with the one power, the one presence. Stay with it, return to it, and never deviate from it, the thing itself. Never leave it, even for a moment, and accept that I will, and return ever more quickly. Nothing else can equal this attitude, this practice, this embodiment, this application. Glory be. See you tomorrow.